We turn now, though, to some incredibly sad news. Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clarke has died. He was one of the Grizzlies' longest tenured players. Clarke, he played 7 seasons in the NBA, and all of them were with Memphis. He was selected in the first round of the 2019 draft out of Gonzaga. And in 2020, Clarke was named to the all-rookie first team. And Danny, I know that Brandon was a teammate of yours in Memphis. Just devastating news today.
Yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to his family and the whole organization of Memphis, because he was a high energy guy. He always brought in the positivity, the vibes. He did his own music. He was artistic. He was into fashion. He was just one of those kids. And they were a tight-knit group. I was only there for about 6 months. I only got to know him in a short span, but I always checked in on him. I felt like he was an extended brother. So deeply saddened for the organization, his family, and for him. And whatever he was going through, I always tried to be an outlet for the young kids to talk to. But he was such a great kid, had a lot of energy. He will be dearly missed, and he was very much loved in that community. Very well said. We took a couple of trips out to Memphis. He was always wonderful to cover, to talk to, and the Memphis Grizzlies said in a statement this. They said, in part, quote, Brandon was an outstanding teammate. He was an even better person, as you mentioned, Danny, whose impact on the organization and the greater Memphis community will not be forgotten. And NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, he also offered his condolences and support to Clarke's family, to his friends, and to the Grizzlies organization. Brandon Clarke, he was just 29 years old.
The Post has learned that Memphis Grizzlies guard Brandon Clarke has passed away at the age of 29 years old. At this time of the recording, the cause of death is still unknown. He was the 21st pick in the 2019 draft, traded to Memphis on draft night, and a lot of guys in that situation, new city, new system, unfamiliar faces, well, they disappear. Brandon Clarke, he showed up. First year in the league, he was all rookie first team. Summer League MVP. The man put the entire league on notice before the regular season even started. 6'8", 215 pounds. He could guard multiple positions, could finish at the rim, could protect the paint. He was that guy that did the dirty work, the stuff that doesn't always show up in the box score, but shows up in the win column. That was Brandon Clarke. And look, it wasn't always easy for him. Tore his Achilles back in 2023, and any athlete out there who's dealt with a serious injury knows that it's not just physical. That can break you mentally too. But he came back. He kept fighting. That's a professional right there. That's a man who loved the game. 7 seasons, 309 games, 10 points, 5.5 rebounds a night, all while being one of the most respected guys in that Grizzlies locker room. Now, I've interviewed hundreds of athletes over the years, and the ones that stick with you aren't always the superstars. Sometimes it's the guys who grinded, the guys who showed up, the guys who made everybody around them better. Brandon Clarke was that guy. To his family, to the Grizzlies organization, to everyone in Memphis who rocked with them, I'm sending love, genuine love. Rest easy, BC. The game won't forget you. We'll have more coverage as this story develops.
What was the difference there in those last couple of minutes? This was tight throughout.
Yeah, I think it was just finding ways to get stops. It was a very tough night guarding them. Team is really good. So it's about just finding ways to get stops.
Your dive on the floor there late where you get the steal exemplified what this game was all about. As far as the physicalness, the tough defense for both sides, was it frustrating or fun to play this style of game?
It's fun. I love it. I want to win so damn bad, man. I'm doing whatever it takes to win every night, but I just want to win badly.
When you guys were down 19, Coach said it's going to take everyone to do it together. Yeah. How much did this team come together to get this win tonight?
Man, it was just a whole team effort tonight, man. It was on both sides of the court tonight. Just a really fun game after, that one yesterday was tough. So it was just really fun tonight.
You guys have struggled against some of the better defensive teams in the league. What does it say about hanging in there and getting a low-scoring win like tonight?
I think it just shows that we can win games in different ways. It's not just always easy wins. At times it's tough. Playing them on a back-to-back night. We didn't land until 3 a.m. last night, so it was tough. But it was a fun win.
It was a great win. Congratulations, Brandon. And great game tonight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Yep, thank you.
What happened? How did it happen? Was there more to the story? Was there something people missed? The Grizzlies called him an outstanding teammate and an even better person. Adam Silver called him one of the longest tenured members of the Grizzlies and said he was a beloved teammate and leader. who played with passion and grit. The NBPA talked about the joy he brought and the friendships he built far beyond basketball. When different corners of the league all describe a man with that same kind of warmth, that tells you something. That tells you this was not just about what he averaged, it was about what he was in the room.
Because Brandon Clarke was never the loudest star in the room. He was never built around headlines. He was not one of those players whose whole identity came from nonstop attention. He was something different. He was one of those guys fans of a team know matters, even if national media does not spend all day talking about him. He came into the league in 2019 as the 21st pick, drafted by Oklahoma City and then dealt to Memphis. He made the all-rookie team in his first season alongside Ja Morant. Right away, you could see what made him useful: energy, timing, vertical pop, activity. A guy who just made winning plays without needing the offense to revolve around him. He was the kind of player every serious team needs, and not every casual fan fully notices.
And then, like it happens to too many players, the career changed shape.
Not because the talent disappeared, not because the passion disappeared, but because injuries got involved. He tore his Achilles in 2023, and from there, the story got harder. The rhythm changed, the momentum changed. AP reported that injuries limited him to 72 of a possible 246 games over the last 3 seasons, including just 2 games this season. Reuters also noted he had been limited this year by knee and calf injuries. That is brutal for any player, but especially for a player like Clarke, whose game depended so much on mobility, lift, suddenness, and constant activity.
It is about what he did on his birthday. Multiple reports note that Clarke spent his 29th birthday giving back in Memphis, donating books and resources to a local elementary school. A resurfaced quote from that event is maybe the most revealing thing about him right now. He talked about wanting kids to understand that school matters, teachers matter, and grades matter, and that he could not have made it without locking in on reading and writing. That is such a small detail compared with the size of this tragedy, but honestly, it might be the detail that says the most.
It is about what he did on his birthday. Multiple reports note that Clarke spent his 29th birthday giving back in Memphis, donating books and resources to a local elementary school. A resurfaced quote from that event is maybe the most revealing thing about him right now. He talked about wanting kids to understand that school matters, teachers matter, and grades matter, and that he could not have made it without locking in on reading and writing. That is such a small detail compared with the size of this tragedy, but honestly, it might be the detail that says the most.
Everything else, at least for now, is still waiting to be confirmed.
But even before all of that, one thing is already clear. The basketball world did not just lose a player. It lost someone people genuinely loved.